today's story, the Haitian President Jovenel Moïse has been assassinated. Yes, many thanks to you wherever you're watching in from. Consider subscribing and turning on the notification button for all news updates. Haitian President Jovenel Moïse has been assassinated by a group of unidentified people who attacked his private home. The country's interim prime minister announced the news in a statement on Wednesday. Mr. Moïse's wife, First Lady Martine Moïse, had been hospitalized. Interim Premier Claude Joseph had that to say. Yes, Mr. Joseph condemned what he called a hateful, inhuman and barbaric act, adding that Haiti's national police and other authorities had the situation in the Caribbean country under control. The nation of more than 11 million people had grown increasingly unstable and disgruntled under Mr. Moïse's rule. Its economic, political, and social wars have deepened, with gang violence speaking heavily in the capital of Port-au-Prince, inflation spiraling, and food and fuel becoming scarcer at the times in a country where 60% of the population makes less than $3 a day. These troubles come as Haiti still tries to recover from the devastating 2010 earthquake and 2016's Hurricane Matthew. Mr. Moïse, 53, had been ruling by decree for more than 2 years after the country failed to hold elections, which led to parliament being dissolved. Opposition leaders have accused him of seeking to increase his power, including approving a decree that limited the powers of a court that audits government contracts and another that created an intelligence agency that answers only to the president. In recent months, opposition leaders demanded his step down, arguing that he illegally ended in February. His term ended in February 2021. Mr. Moïse and supporters maintain that his term began when he took office in early 2017. Following a chaotic election that forced the appointment of a provisional president to serve during a year-long gap. Haiti was scheduled to hold general elections later this year.
We have breaking news from Haiti, where the country's president is dead this morning, assassinated in what's being described as a middle-of-the-night attack. Jovenel Moïse.
You gotta forgive me, this internet out here in Mexico sucks, but this is Nosy Rosy News, and we just want to be the first to tell y'all we got some Haitian...
Had been in office for 4 years and had been the target of months of protests. Haiti's interim prime minister said Moïse's wife was also wounded in the attack. With us on the phone now is Jacqueline Charles. She's the Caribbean correspondent for the Miami Herald and has covered Haiti extensively. Jacqueline, good morning to you. What are you hearing about this assassination?
Yes, hi, good morning. So what we are hearing is that it occurred in the middle of the night or the middle of the morning, sometime around 1 a.m., according to the current acting interim prime minister. These are unknown, unidentified assailants that in videos circulating identified themselves as DEA agents, or that this was a DEA operation. These were not DEA agents. There was no DEA operation. One high-ranking official told me that these are quote-unquote mercenaries. We're still trying to figure out who they were,
All right. So as you can see, they're going to try to cover it up. They're going to try to say that it was his own people, but the assailants identified themselves as DEA, all right? Like, he's the president of a country that the United States has always tried to bully, even France, and they don't like that they're independent. Their land is rich. So they go over there and they rob the hell out of their land all the time. But he's a black president. And traditionally, we don't like black men in power. I'm not saying me, I'm talking about, you already know, you know what I'm saying? They don't like black men in power. So why would the assailants say that they're DEA, but then we come around, or the United States come around and say, nah, but they not DEA. I'm pretty sure they would know who they are, you know what I'm saying? Sweep under the rug mission, right? But anyway, so this is July 7th, and this was released, you know what I'm saying, at 8:34 Eastern time or whatever. So Haitian President Jovenel Moïse was assassinated on Wednesday at his home by a group of unidentified gunmen. It just said that they was identified. They said they was DEA, right? Interim Prime Minister Claude Joseph said the security situation in the country was under control of Haiti's police and military. Haiti has suffered for years from political instability, and Moïse had been governing by decree. Critics had accused the 53-year-old of ruling like an autocrat. I don't even know what the hell an autocrat is. An unidentified group of individuals, which were DEA, some of whom were speaking in Spanish. You see how they try to do that? They were speaking in Spanish. You know what I'm saying? So it couldn't be DEA. All right, whatever. The private residence of the president of the Republic and mortally wounded him. Okay, so the first lady was wounded too, man. All I gotta say, this is sad, but I guess it was, you know, it had to be God's will.